Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. The United States has announced a new military strategy aimed at ensuring the safety of commercial shipping through the Strait of Hormuz. According to NPR, the administration asserts that this initiative has made the vital waterway secure. However, the article notes that it remains uncertain whether this move will effectively break Iran's control or influence over the strait. The standoff in the region has not visibly changed despite the U.S. declaration. The report highlights the ongoing geopolitical tensions surrounding the Strait of Hormuz, a critical choke point for global oil trade. Sultan Al-Khulaifi, a senior researcher at the Center for Conflict and Humanitarian Studies, has warned that heightened tensions between the U.S. and Iran over the Strait of Hormuz could escalate into an all-out war. Speaking to Al Jazeera, Al-Khulaifi stated that neither nation is showing a willingness to compromise on navigating this critical waterway. This lack of flexibility significantly increases the potential for miscalculation, which could have devastating consequences. The strategic importance of the Strait of Hormuz, a vital choke point for global oil supplies, makes any escalation in the region a serious concern. The analysis suggests that the current standoff is precarious, with both the U.S. and Iran holding firm on their positions. Without a diplomatic breakthrough or a de-escalation of rhetoric, the risk of an accidental conflict or a deliberate provocation remains high. The situation underscores the fragility of regional security and the need for careful diplomacy to prevent further escalation. According to Al Jazeera, the United States is planning to raise tariffs on European Union cars to 25%. This decision reverses a prior agreement where tariffs were set at 15%. U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer stated the White House is proceeding with this action. The move is attributed to the EU's alleged non-compliance with the trade deal, although EU officials have rejected this assertion. Analysts suggest this is a negotiating tactic, but U.S. leverage may be reduced following Supreme Court rulings on presidential tariff authority. German car makers like BMW, Mercedes-Benz, and Volkswagen are expected to be hit hardest due to their significant U.S. presence. The tariffs would primarily impact higher-end and luxury vehicles, as these are often imported as finished goods, while many mid-range models are produced within the U.S. The broader economic impact includes potential retaliation from Europe and increased costs for American consumers who are already sensitive to the effects of tariffs. NHK reports that Malaysian police have conducted a widespread crackdown on scam groups, resulting in the detention of more than 2,200 individuals suspected of involvement in fraudulent activities. The police announced on Tuesday that raids were carried out across the country from January through April, apprehending a total of 2,251 suspects. Among those detained during operations between late January and early February were 270 foreign nationals out of 430 suspected swindlers, including individuals from China, Indonesia, and 5 Japanese citizens. Authorities revealed that these criminal groups operated from seemingly ordinary housing, commercial buildings, and other structures that had been specifically renovated to conceal their true nature as scam hubs. This significant enforcement action aligns with broader regional efforts, as numerous foreign nationals have been apprehended for suspected fraud in various Southeast Asian countries like Cambodia and Myanmar, which are increasingly focusing on tightening controls against such organizations. Daily Express reports that Algeria, Africa's largest country, is undertaking its biggest railway project in history. The ambitious 2.2 billion ton development will construct a new 495-kilometer railway line connecting Lagoué, Gardaya, and El Menia in the country's south. The project is divided into 2 contracts, featuring multiple stations, viaducts, a tunnel, and culverts. Once operational by late 2028, the railway is expected to significantly boost trade by facilitating the movement of agricultural and industrial goods, reduce transport times and costs along the Algiers-El Menia corridor, and create opportunities for private sector participation in agribusiness, transport, logistics, and construction. Passenger trains will travel at speeds up to 220 kilometers per hour, while freight trains will reach 160 kilometers per hour. The African Development Bank is contributing $870 million, over $642 million, to partially finance this transformative infrastructure initiative, which also aims to reduce greenhouse gas emissions through a modal shift to rail. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.